Obi-Wan Kenobi, the esteemed Jedi Knight, finds himself ensnared in a bewildering escapade following a fateful encounter with the notorious dealer, Sleaze Begano. "Do you want to buy some death sticks?" Sleaze Begano asked him. "You don't want to sell me death sticks," Obi-Wan replies, trying to mind trick him. "I don't want to sell you death sticks. It works successfully. You are going to go home and rethink your life." "I want to go home and rethink my life." Sleaze Begano leaves as he placed his death sticks on the countertop. The death sticks taunt Obi-Wan to let go of his guard for one single moment, to let go of the Jedi Code, and to party for the first time in his life. The bartender intervenes. "Is, that yours? You know, leaving drugs on this table will be fined for 5,000 Republic credits. To me, of course." That is not mine," Obi-Wan starts. But then, a patron next to him intervenes. "Yes, that's his." No, that is not mine," Obi-Wan tries to interject again. "Just take it and leave, and we'll pretend like nothing happened." Obi-Wan takes the death sticks and hides it in his sleeves. But in a moment of recklessness, Obi-Wan succumbs to the allure of the death sticks, unaware of the sinister consequences that await him. As the toxic substance infuses his senses, a surreal trance envelops him, distorting his perception of reality until he plunges into unconsciousness. What would have happened if Obi-Wan had taken the death sticks? That's what we'll find out in this episode. When Obi-Wan awakes from his drug-induced stupor, he finds himself ensconced in unfamiliar surroundings, clad in attire that are alien to his Jedi sensibilities. His lightsaber and Jedi robes are conspicuously absent, replaced by the garb of a stranger. Bewilderment grips him as he stumbles through the unfamiliar corridors of a peculiar vessel populated by enigmatic Weequay aliens. Obi-Wan gets up and he begins to walk around the ship, feeling his surroundings, sensing what was around him. He doesn't know what's going on. However, he does seem to feel an odd pull towards one of the Weequays nearby. He goes up to the Weequay and starts to talk to him. "Hello there." "Oh, hey, how are you?" the Weequay asks, smiling. "What do you mean?" Obi-Wan says. I feel fine. My head hurts a little bit, but other than that, I'm feeling great." The Weequay's smile begins to emerge once again. "Oh, you sure looked like you were having fun last night," he says. "What do you mean?" Obi-Wan says. Then, suddenly, it hits him. He remembers everything. The partying, the drugs, the death sticks, how he had accidentally been slipped some by the strange man who called himself Sleaze Begano. Obi-Wan puts his head into his palm, face-palming himself, wondering what had gone wrong. Then his stomach does a swan dive as he remembers that he had joined Hondo Ohnaka's notorious band of pirate marauders. Hondo actually walks in after this brief interaction with one of the Weequay. "Hey, you're finally awake. It was one hell of a party sleep mode last night," Hondo says. What happened? Why am I in prison?" "Oh, Obi-Wan, don't you remember what happened last night?" the other Weequay says, smiling. I remember bits and pieces. I remember I joined your crew, but I don't remember why I'm in prison." "Oh, those death sticks are one hell of a drug," the other Weequay says, looking at Hondo, smiling. "Is that your first time?" he asks. "I knew you'd be a lightweight." Another Weequay comes over to him, slapping him on the back. The crew bursts out into laughter. A droid comes down to issue them a stern warning. "Silence, prisoner," it says. Desperate to reclaim his identity and return to the path of the Jedi, Obi-Wan confronts Hondo Ohnaka, the flamboyant captain of this pirate crew, who was in the basement with all of these other Weequays that were taunting him. He searches for answers. Hondo, the ever-cunning opportunist, reassures Obi-Wan that his Jedi robes remain hidden, a necessary precaution to safeguard his newfound guise as a pirate amidst those who harbor disdain for the Jedi Order in the Outer Rim. Settle down, and Obi-Wan, let me keep you updated on what happened to you for the parts that you misremember. My name is Hondo Ohnaka, the notorious Weequay pirate of this galaxy. I plunder, I steal, and I go for gold. You, my friend, are in the Citadel prison, the Separatists' most secure one. Oh, what have I done? Obi-Wan says. You had a good time, that's what you did, Hondo replies, pumping his fist. As more fragments of his memory begin to resurface, Obi-Wan recalls his ill-fated escapade with the Weequay pirates, a reckless journey that had led him into the clutches of separatist forces. Oh, my force, we must get out of here, Obi-Wan says. Aha, say you, the way they treat Jedi here, they make us pirates look like hotel guests. Honestly, there's more hope for us to escape than you. So, are you going to help? Obi-Wan asks Hondo. Well, that depends. What do we get out of it? He says, smiling. Well, freedom, that's all you pirates want, right? I mean, of course, that's a given. But I want something more. Hondo's smirk continues to grow on his face as he spits out the last word with incredible venom. Valuable. I'm not using the Council's money to pay you, Obi-Wan says, crossing his arms. Oh, of course not. That's such a big ask for a humble pirate. But I could use a Jedi for my crew. I'm not becoming a pirate, Obi-Wan spits back. I just need you for one small favor, for the crew. That's it, Hondo says. Obi-Wan takes a moment to ponder the pirate's offer. Finally, then, knowing that he could get back to the Jedi Order, Obi-Wan nods. Deal. Faced with the harsh reality of their captivity dawning upon them, Obi-Wan and his unlikely allies must confront the daunting challenge of escaping the high-security prison. Despite the seemingly insurmountable odds against them, Obi-Wan refuses to yield to despair. Together, him and the pirates embark on a daring mission to break free from their captivity and thwart the machinations of their separatist captors. At this point, Obi-Wan realizes that he wasn't on a ship at all. Instead, he was actually in the Citadel, and these pirates weren't lying. Amidst the chaos and uncertainty, Hondo Ohnaka emerges as a reluctant ally, drawn by the promise of profit and adventure. With his expertise in piracy and guile, coupled with Obi-Wan's tactical acumen and Jedi powers, they devise a bold plan to outwit their adversaries and secure their freedom. Navigating through the treacherous corridors and facing off against formidable droid sentinels, Obi-Wan leads the charge as they inch closer to their elusive goal of escape. Each step brings them closer to liberation, yet the specter of danger looms ever-present, threatening to unravel their carefully laid plans. Upon reaching the precipice of their escape, Obi-Wan and his comrades find themselves locked in a desperate struggle against overwhelming odds. With courage and determination as their guiding lights, they press onward, drawing upon their collective strength to overcome every obstacle in their way, including the massive amount of droids that was coming towards them. In the climactic showdown against their separatist oppressors, Obi-Wan's unwavering resolve and selfless heroism shine forth as he confronts the darkness that threatens to consume them. The B-1s, B-2, and Droideka battle droids that are coming in on their every position, along with the droid commandos. With the aid of Hondo and his loyal crew, they emerge triumphant, defying the odds and emerging victorious against the droids and against their separatist captors. As they make their daring escape from the hangar of the Citadel, from the clutches of captivity, Obi-Wan Kenobi emerges not only as a beacon of hope for his new allies, but as a testament to the enduring power of courage, unity, and resiliency in the face of adversity. Though the scars of the ordeal may linger, and though Obi-Wan may be slightly burnt out from his attempts to escape, they emerge more determined than ever to continue their fight for freedom and liberation in a galaxy torn apart by war. Hondo would stop at nothing to continue to profit, and Obi-Wan looked only towards his Jedi in the core. As they hastily commandeer a ship from the hangar base, relief floods through Obi-Wan and his makeshift crew. Yet their sense of triumph is short-lived as they quickly rediscover the vessel's limitations. It's sluggish, ill-equipped to outrun the relentless pursuit of separatist forces. Their hope begins to wane as the enemy draws nearer, and victory slips through their fingers. "Oh, dang Varric, could this go any faster?" Obi-Wan says. "Beggars can't be choosers, my friend," Hondo replies, chuckling. Hondo's surprisingly calm in this situation. His experience knows that there's always a bigger ship. Just when all seems lost, fortune smiles upon them in the form of a sleek Mandalorian shuttle hurtling past. Hondo's eyes gleam with avarice as he barks orders, directing his crew to seize the opportunity with force. With a heavy heart, Obi-Wan joins the fray, his Jedi principles tested by the necessity of survival. They breach this Mandalorian vessel's defenses, and chaos erupts within its corridors. Blaster fires echoes off the metal walls as Hondo's crew clashes with the ship's defenders, the Mandalorian guards. Despite his reservation, Obi-Wan fights alongside them, his lightsaber a beacon of hope amidst the turmoil. In the chaos of battle, Obi-Wan's attention is drawn to a familiar figure who's being surrounded by bodyguards. It's Satine, his long-lost love, and the Duchess of Mandalore. Their unexpected reunion stirs a whirlwind of emotions within him, and memories of their shared past come flooding back. "Obi-Wan?" Satine asks inquisitively. "Satine?" Obi-Wan replies in kind, looking into her eyes. Satine's gaze meets his own, her expression a mix of surprise and disappointment. She questions his association with the pirates, prompting denial from Obi-Wan. "Satine, I swear this isn't what it looks like." "It looks awfully like you're a part of a pirate crew, Obi-Wan," she says, smiling. "I can explain," Obi-Wan says. "Is this an ex of yours, eh, Obi-Wan?" Hondo says, jostling him with his shoulder and giving him a side-eye. Obi-Wan replies. "It's complicated," he says. Hondo interjects with a mischievous grin, insisting that Obi-Wan is indeed a part of their crew. "Well, in that case, yes, my lady, he's an esteemed part of this crew. He's there when we need him most. He's truly a man that we all admire and respect as pirates. You should have seen him wrestle a bantha with his own bare hands, all just for a bowl of bantha stew." Though taken aback, Satine finds herself amused by this unexpected turn of events, intrigued by this glimpse into another side of Obi-Wan that she'd never seen before. She remembered him as this pristine, clean-cut, by-the-book Jedi. This was new to her. Despite their reunion being overshadowed by the chaos of battle, a spark of connection lingers between the two of them, a reminder of the bond that they once shared. In a moment of desperation, Satine takes charge, leading Obi-Wan to an escape pod in a bid to evade the ongoing skirmish. As they make their way through the ship's labyrinthian corridors, a sense of nostalgia washes over Obi-Wan, and memories of their time together flood back with each step. Satine's presence offers him a glimmer of solace amidst the chaos, her strength and determination a source of inspiration. "I'm sorry, Obi-Wan. If you're a fugitive of the Separatists, as you said earlier when you were explaining your situation, I can't harbor you for long, because I'm a neutral party, but take one of our ships. It will get you further along in your journey." "Thank you, Satine. I can't thank you enough," Obi-Wan replies. Obi-Wan starts to load all of the crew that can fit into the escape pod with him. He instructs them to get into the ship quickly before the Separatists arrive. Many of them also go into the other escape pods. Just as he gets into the ship, Satine grabs Obi-Wan by the hand. "Oh, Obi-Wan, since you're no longer a Jedi, I suppose you can take one more parting gift as well," she says. "Take what?" Satine then bestows a kiss upon Obi-Wan, a bittersweet farewell that lingers on his lips long after she's gone. In that fleeting moment, something shifts within Obi-Wan, a realization that begins to dawn upon him with startling clarity. With the weight of his Jedi responsibilities pressing upon him, Obi-Wan finds himself at a crossroads. Satine's kiss serves as a catalyst for change within him, igniting a spark of rebellion in his once calm soul. In that moment, he realizes that his loyalty to the Jedi Order has been tested one too many times, and his faith in their principles is shaken by the harsh realities of war and by his interactions with these pirates. "Goodbye now, you scruffy old nerf herder, no-good pirate," Satine says, smirking. "Well then, I should kidnap you in your sleep, or shall I use the front door as usual?" Obi-Wan replies, smirking back. As he watches Satine disappear into the void, Obi-Wan makes a decision, one that alters the course of his destiny forever. With a heavy heart and newfound resolve, he decides to leave behind the confines of the Jedi Order. The pirates and their fun, along with their calm mentality and their devotion to liberty, had shown him a new side of the galaxy. He wanted to forge his own path, one where he could be with Satine, one where he could have a little bit of fun. instead of being burdened by the Jedi and the conflict of the war. With each passing moment, Obi-Wan's resolve strengthens, and his determination to chart a new course grows with every step. Though the road ahead may be fraught with uncertainty, he knows that he must follow his heart, guided by the lessons of his past and the promise of a brighter future. And so, as the escape pod hurtles through the vast expanse of space, along with some of the other escape pods that Obi-Wan had placed the crew into, Obi-Wan embraces the unknown, ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and redemption. From in the midst of chaos and uncertainty, one truth remains steadfast in his soul. His destiny lies not in the hands of fate, but in the choices that he will make in his journey. As the galaxy continues to teeter on the brink of war, Anakin Skywalker finds himself torn between his duty to the Jedi Council and his unwavering loyalty to his former master, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Despite the Council's orders to focus on the impending conflict, Anakin cannot shake the nagging feeling that something is amiss. He ignores the Council's directives and he sets out on a secret mission to track down Obi-Wan's whereabouts, determined to uncover the truth behind his disappearance. Meanwhile, Obi-Wan navigates the vast expanse of space alongside his unlikely companions, the band of pirates led by Hondo Ohnaka. Despite his attempts to re-establish a connection with the Force, his efforts are repeatedly interrupted by the boisterous antics of the pirates. In a rare moment of reprise, Obi-Wan seeks solace in meditation, hoping to find clarity amidst the chaos brewing in his soul. However, his peaceful contemplation is short-lived as Hondo interrupts, insisting that Obi-Wan join them for a meal. "Hey, dinner's ready, Jedi," Hondo says as he bursts into the room. "I'm meditating, Hondo. Can't you see?" "Oh, my apologies. I'll wait," Hondo replies. "You can start without me, you know, right?" Obi-Wan says, looking Hondo in the eyes. "It's customary for the crew to eat together. I'll just be quiet." Though initially reluctant, Obi-Wan acquiesces to Hondo's demands, mindful of the need to maintain camaraderie with his newfound allies. As they end up gathering around the makeshift table following Obi-Wan's meditation session, Hondo offers Kenobi a plate piled high with food, a stark contrast to his own meager portion. Sensing the disparity, Obi-Wan is struck by a pang of guilt, realizing that the ship's dwindling food supplies may have contributed to the unequal distribution. Despite his own hunger, he discreetly sets aside a portion of his meal for Hondo, in a small act of kindness in the face of adversity. Hondo notices Obi-Wan's gesture and smiles appreciatively, a silent acknowledgement of their developing camaraderie. Emboldened by the Jedi's selflessness, Hondo begins to open up more to Obi-Wan, revealing an audacious plan. "So, Kenobi, I think it might be time for you to know our mission." "Alright, Hondo, tell me, what sort of criminal activity do you want me to be a part of this time?" Obi-Wan asks. A very important birdie told me that there's something valuable that no amount of credits could compare with its worth." "Oh? And what is that?" Obi-Wan asks, a little bit exasperated. He doesn't believe that Hondo is being honest at first. "The blueprints to something. A new super weapon that somebody's trying to build. It's a coveted asset that could grant immense power to whoever possesses it. The project's name is Project Stardust, according to my sources," Hondo says. "That's absurd. You might want to fact-check that birdie," Obi-Wan says. "In my years with the Republic, I haven't heard of anything like that." "Well, my little birdie was none other than..." Hondo laughs and smiles for a moment before continuing, looking Obi-Wan directly into the eye and using his dramatic flair to draw out who he said next. "The Separatist leader, Viceroy Newt Gunray himself. I got the information out of him with a little bit of convincing," Hondo says. Obi-Wan is taken aback by Hondo's brazen ambition, warning him of the potential dangers that such knowledge could unleash. He cautions Hondo against underestimating the destructive capabilities of the Death Star, emphasizing the need for caution and restraint in his pursuit of power. "If what you're saying is true, Hondo, then it's no longer a matter of just the galaxy. This is beyond money. It's the fate of all lives in our hands. You mentioned something about it having the destructive capacity to destroy planets earlier. We need to stop this. And who do you think should be handling such a burden, my friend? Hondo replies. Well, the Republic, of course. In response, Hondo challenges Obi-Wan's faith in the Jedi Order and democracy, questioning their motives and integrity in the face of his temptation. What makes you think the Jedi won't use it themselves? Hondo asks. We have a code, Obi-Wan replies. We help the needy and the rest of the galaxy. A code that specifically says we won't use a giant death ball to destroy the galaxy, eh? And now, with what you guys are talking about these Sith Lords in the background, I don't know what the Jedi are going to do. Obi-Wan takes a second to ponder this. We pirates will never have the funds to make such a weapon. No amount of treasure could pay for this project. But the Republic, on the other hand, they've always got the funds. We might sell the plans to someone, but they are going to pay a hefty fee for it. And as my mom always says, if it makes you money, do it more than once, eh? So you're saying that the pirates are more adept at handling weapons of mass destruction than the Jedi? Obi-Wan interjects sharply. I'm saying that no one is, but if no one deserves it, then why not use it to make profit? As they debate the ethics of their respective perspectives, Obi-Wan finds himself grappling with conflicting emotions. The seed of doubt planted by Hondo begins to take root, casting a shadow of uncertainty over his steadfast allegiance to the Jedi Order. From my experience with running across the galaxy, the best person to trust is always yourself. Of course, there are always exceptions, Obi-Wan, but that is what I try to go with. Amidst the swirling currents of doubt and disillusionment, Obi-Wan starts to question the very foundations of his beliefs. He reflects on the Jedi Code and the rigid dogma that governs their actions, wondering if their unwavering adherence to tradition has blinded them to the harsh realities of the galaxy that these pirates are facing every day. Haunted by visions of a future fraught with darkness and despair, Obi-Wan struggles to reconcile his allegiance to the Jedi with the moral ambiguity of the pirates' actions. With each passing moment, the lines between right and wrong begin to blur, leaving him adrift in a sea of uncertainty. As their journey continues, Obi-Wan grapples with the weight of his newfound doubts, uncertain of where his loyalties truly lie. In the depths of space, amidst the chaos of war and the machinations of power-hungry factions, he searches for answers, hoping to find clarity amidst the turmoil of conflicting ideologies and uncertain futures. As the intricate pieces of Hondo's plan fall into place, Obi-Wan's suspicions deepen, leading to a chilling revelation about the true nature of the enemy that they face. While the Death Star plans reportedly are in possession of Lord Sidious on Coruscant, Obi-Wan's trust in the Jedi Council and the Senate is also shaken to its core. The possibility of a Sith Lord lurking within the highest echelons of power sends a shiver down his spine, casting a shadow of doubt onto everything that he'd held dear. Hondo's bold plan unfolds with precision, exploiting the chaos of war to orchestrate a daring ploy that will lead them straight into the heart of danger. Under the guise of capturing Obi-Wan for ransom, they infiltrate the industrial district of Coruscant, intent on retrieving the Death Star plans, while the authorities are preoccupied with negotiations. Meanwhile, Anakin Skywalker's relentless search for his missing master leads him to seek guidance from Chancellor Palpatine. However, Skywalker's fears are dismissed by the Chancellor, who assures him of Obi-Wan's safety, a reassurance that does little to quell Anakin's growing unease. When a transmission from the pirates demanding Obi-Wan's release reaches them, Anakin's suspicion is piqued, and he sets into motion a chain of events that will irrevocably alter the course of history. As Anakin and a task force of 501st troopers converge on the industrial district, tensions run high, and their every move is shadowed by the looming threat of betrayal. When they finally come face to face with Obi-Wan and Hondo, relief washes over Anakin, which is mingled with a fierce determination to bring his friend home. Obi-Wan, I'm so glad to see you, Anakin says. I'm glad to see you too, Skywalker. I've heard so much about you. Now, let's begin the negotiations, Hondo says. Hondo, the ever-shrewd negotiator, stalls for time as his crew moves stealthily through the shadows, inching closer to their prize. But their carefully laid plans are shattered in an instant when Chancellor Palpatine himself emerges from the darkness, his true identity as a Sith Lord. laid bare for all to see. In a swift and brutal display of power, Palpatine dispatches of Hondo's crew with chilling efficiency, leaving a trail of devastation in his wake. He would protect those plans at all costs. Palpatine walks towards Hondo, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. He removes his hood. "Chancellor Palpatine?" Anakin says. "Captain Hondo, are you looking for this?" Palpatine shows the blueprint to Hondo, taunting him. "Oh, and about your friends." Palpatine grips the severed head of one of Hondo's crew. "No! You killed my crew! Ugh!" Hondo, consumed by fury and despair, launches a desperate attack against the Sith Lord, only to be met with a barrage of Force lightning that leaves him gravely wounded. As Obi-Wan and Anakin stand in shock, their world crumbling around them, Palpatine turns his malevolent gaze upon them, taunting them with the Death Star plans in hand. "Obi-Wan, it's so nice to see you again." "You're the Sith Lord?" Obi-Wan says, in shock. "Indeed I am. You Jedi are too narrow-minded. You couldn't even fathom the amount of power that I hold. The galaxy is worthless with you Jedi scum at the helm. I will develop an empire and make this great republic strong again." "You won't get away with this, Chancellor." Anakin's face turns dark, feeling betrayed by his former mentor and father figure. "You could have joined me, Anakin, but now that opportunity is gone. If you want to side with the Jedi, I no longer see the capacity for strength in you, so die with your Jedi friend right here." In a whirlwind of chaos and despair, the Jedi duo emerge in a fierce battle against the Sith Lord, their lightsabers clashing with the raw power of the dark side. For a moment, it seems as though Palpatine's mastery of the Force will prove insurmountable, his dark aura suffocating their every move. But through sheer determination and the strength of their bond, Obi-Wan and Anakin rally together, striking back with renewed ferocity and determination to protect the galaxy from this monster. Together, they unleash a torrent of attacks against Palpatine, their blades dancing with the fury of their righteous cause. In a climactic showdown, they finally manage to subdue the Sith Lord, his twisted visage contorted in rage and defeat. With Palpatine vanquished and the Death Star plans within reach, Anakin claims them, intent on returning them to the Jedi Republic. However, Obi-Wan's voice cuts through the tension, his resolve unwavering as he refuses to relinquish the plans to anyone. "Obi-Wan, give the plans to me. We can hand it to the Jedi Order. Together, Obi-Wan." In a moment of clarity, Obi-Wan realizes the true danger posed by the Death Star plans, recognizing their potential to wreak havoc in the wrong hands. With a steely determination, he vows to safeguard them from the grasp of power-hungry factions, regardless of the cost. That included the Republic. "I'm sorry, Anakin, I can't do that," he replies. "What? Sure you can. Just give them to me and we can go home, back to the temple. Isn't that what you want, Obi-Wan?" Anakin says with a sharp bite in his tone. As Anakin reaches out to grab the blueprint, Obi-Wan shrugs him off. "This is too dangerous, Anakin, even for the Jedi. It must be safeguarded by someone else." "Who? The pirate? Don't tell me that you've joined him and are sympathizing with this guy." Obi-Wan stays silent. "The Jedi brought peace, freedom, and justice to the galaxy," Anakin continues. "I believe so, but this will only bring destruction and chaos, especially if someone like Sidious is able to infiltrate the Order and the Republic." "Well, then we can destroy it," Anakin says. "But for how long? There will be people who will be desperate to fix it and bring it back together." Obi-Wan takes the blueprint and hides it in his pocket, but Anakin uses the Force to try and grab it. Obi-Wan intercepts just in time, and the blueprint dangles in midair. "Enough, Obi-Wan. You're a Jedi. Come to your senses," Anakin says. "The only person that you could trust is yourself," Obi-Wan replies. Obi-Wan, with sheer determination, pulls with one mighty tug away from Anakin's grip, which takes Skywalker off guard. The plans soar into his hand, and he immediately runs towards Hondo's ship, ready to take those plans somewhere safe. In that moment, Anakin's faith in Obi-Wan wavers, and his mind is clouded by suspicion and betrayal. In a rash decision fueled by anger and uncertainty, he orders the arrest of his former mentor, unleashing the full force of the 501st Legion against him. In the chaos that ensues, Obi-Wan and Hondo find themselves on the run once more, their escape hampered by the relentless pursuit of their former allies. With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, they must rely on one another's strength and resilience to survive the trials that lie ahead. For the crucible of war, heroes are forged. As the years pass and the galaxy teeters on the edge of uncertainty, Anakin Skywalker's meteoric rise to power ushers in a new era of prosperity and stability for the Republic. He's elevated to the rank of Jedi Master for his valor in the face of darkness, and he ascends to the pinnacle of authority, assuming leadership of both the Jedi Council and the Republic's galactic security apparatus. However, with great power comes great temptation, and Anakin's unwavering devotion to his cause soon morphs into an insatiable thirst for control. As he wields his authority with an iron fist, the line between protector and oppressor blurs, paving the way for a new era of tyranny. Despite the concerns of his peers, the Jedi Council stands firmly behind Anakin, convinced of his unwavering commitment to the light side of the Force. Yet beneath the veneer of unity, whispers of dissent linger, a harbinger of the storm that looms on the horizon. For Anakin, the pursuit of justice becomes an obsession, his singular focus as he fixates on the capture of his former mentor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the retrieval of those elusive Death Star plans. Determined to restore order to the galaxy, he spares no expense in his relentless quest, deploying every resource at his disposal in pursuit of his elusive quarry. Unbeknownst to Anakin, Obi-Wan and his unlikely ally Hondo Ohnaka had long since devised a plan to safeguard the fate of the galaxy. Recognizing the inherent danger posed by the Death Star plans, they resolved to keep them out of reach for those who would be abusing their power to meet nefarious ends. With Satine's unwavering support, Obi-Wan assembles a covert task force dedicated to the preservation of the plans, their allegiance bound by a shared commitment to the greater good. Together they traverse the far reaches of the galaxy, staying one step ahead of their pursuers as they wage a silent war against the forces of oppression. In a moment of defiance against fate, Obi-Wan and Satine exchange vows of love and devotion, their union a testament to the strength of their bond amidst the chaos of war and the pursuit of Anakin. Together, they embrace their newfound roles as guardians of the galaxy, their resolve unyielding in the face of adversity. As the years fade into memory, Obi-Wan emerges as a legend among the stars, a renegade pirate turned protector, his legacy woven into the fabric of galactic history. Though his path had diverged from the noble ideals of the Jedi Order, his commitment to justice and righteousness remains unwavering, a guiding light in the galaxy that is plagued by darkness. Hey there folks, now's the time in the episode where we transition into the Ask Me Anything period, where questions from the Discord are directed to me, Bantha Stew, and I will respond as best as I can. Today's question is another one from Darth Malgus, who's asking what my opinion on the band Queen is. Quite honestly, Queen isn't exactly a band that I listen to frequently. However, I will say I think that they have had a significant influence on music. They're very creative, and all of their songs that I've listened to are just spectacular. They're a very musically talented band. They're quite genius when it comes to putting together lyrics and putting together these beautiful rock operas, and I do respect them as musicians. I just don't go out of my way to listen to them. However, whenever I hear them on the radio, or whenever one of their songs pops up at a dance or on my Spotify recommended, I'll listen to it because it is absolutely spectacular. So I hope that answers your question, Darth Malgus. Thank you all for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please leave your thoughts in the comments. Would you like to see a part 2? If so, what do you think would happen in part 2? Thank you all for watching again, and I would really recommend that you join the Discord if you have any inclination towards joining a Star Wars community that is positive. Honestly, I love the community that we're building here. Bantha Stew is spectacular in the Discord server, and it's just so much fun. If you want to interact with me, or if you want to interact with like-minded Star Wars fans, I would highly suggest clicking that link and joining the Discord. Also, I would love to hear what you guys think of the band Queen in the comments below. Once again, I hope that each and every one of you has an absolutely fantastical rest of your day. And, as always, I hope that you've had your delicious daily dose of Bantha Stew.